There are certain elements to this program. It started off with storytelling, and so there was a couple weeks of just, really getting to know the women, connecting with them, empowering them to write their stories. And it's really from those stories that I started to also connect with the women too. So some of those stories were passed down to me. I would take some time to read through the stories prior to meeting the women. I also had reached out to see if there was anyone that would be interested in doing a performance for the activation date. So outside of just coming in to do the dance workshop, it was also pre-planned that I would come in, potentially work with some of the women to put together a co-collaborative choreography where they can convey and tell their stories through movement at Montgomery Inn.
Well, I discovered that the newcomer women need very little actual guidance for the shaping of the stories. All the women were already so creative and so artistic, and many were already artists. And really what they needed was somebody to facilitate, hold a group together, invite everyone in, and then through other explorations with other art forms and through discussions, they naturally came with their stories, and I just did minimal with them, very minimal of what a shape of a story would look like, and I guided them through traditional stories. So I would tell them a folk tale. I'll tell them simple repetition folk tales so they see a shape of a story and what a story would be shaped like. And basically I guided them by saying, well, your stories should also have that kind of a shape and should have the simplicity of a storyteller, which is really my own style as a storyteller. Even when I do family stories or personal stories, I always shape them like a folktale because that's tried and true. It's been around for thousands of years. But aside from that, and I told them some simple personal stories that I shape, but aside from the explorations of their own emotions through other arts, visual art and movement, discussion, other than that, they had those stories in them. It was just about giving them a space where that voice could be heard. Seldom are newcomer women, but I would say women as a whole, seldom are minority women given a stage and a voice. And so we hold stories in us, all women do. We hold stories in us, and we feel that they are just for ours to hold, and that they are either not important enough for other people, or we've been told that it's not okay for us to take up space. Let's be polite and let others talk. Let the men talk. Let the majority in this society rather than the minorities to speak. Let those who have the privilege and the power speak, and we'll just hold it in. And then those stories lose their freedom. It's not the woman only, but also the stories that have a life of their own.
This new experience that waited for me, but I was also nervous about challenges I could face. So I pushed myself to try new things and to be out of my comfort zone. So one day I wanted to try a new experience. This experience was skating. I knew it could be difficult for the first time, but I decided to do it. It deserves a try. So my first time playing it was similar to my first month here in Canada. So when I came, I struggled to communicate with others and understand this new culture.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we're going to begin by taking a nice. And then maybe moving a little bit towards your right side and your left, playing with your knees, playing with the feet, exploring right here. And then slowly you take your hands onto your waist and go keep nice and bent. Keep that chin tucked into your chest as you slowly make your way back up. Woo, let's go ahead and take those arms up. Inhale. And let's come onto our toes. You're balancing through our belly. There you go. Take a nice deep breath in. Oh, I can touch the ceiling. Feels good. Making a little bit of a noise right here. Staying here for 3, 2. And on the one, we're going to interlace our fingers and cross our hands behind. Opening up our heart, lifting up.
A lot of us were in a place where we couldn't find ourselves, either because we never had a place of our own, or we were staying in abusive relationships. And I was one of those persons who was trapped in, there was nowhere to go. It's not like your home country where you could go stay with an aunt or an uncle. It's different here. And so as a result of that, when the program came online, I benefited immensely because it helped me. Even though sometimes I was like fighting to get a small space so that I could interact in the sessions, but it worked out well for me. It kept me sane, it kept me humble, it kept me going. It helped me to, just reaching out and appreciating that I have Newcomer Women's Services that was there. So, I made my day and scheduled my time so that I would be able to join and grasp and intermingle with most of the people who came from different backgrounds.
We're not going to say what it is, just a gesture, and we will all repeat. So the name, then the gesture, and we will all repeat. Yeah? So Pavla. So now, it depends on you, how you want to, which is the first one, second, and so on, and which is going to be the end. So remember the motions and the posture, and so now sequence, or put them in sequence.
Friendship.
Thank you.
I was born in the wild. So it's like,
No, don't talk. Don't talk. Just she's there, and she has only one line. So. So this is how she's saying it. Yeah, I was born in the wild.
My sentence is, how is it living in Canada?
The question, eh? Yeah. So can you say it with the gesture?
I want to help something and I'm ready to
How is it?
listen.
No, just say the line. Just say the sentence.
Yeah.
this is the next one.
This is next. Oh, okay. And don't forget your bodies. Yeah, put it in the body with the gesture or movement or posture. So 3, 2, 1. Yes, we have to hit the lines. They're
I
most
was
important.
born in the wild.
Okay. So I am on it.
As a newcomer, I think it's important to connect with others, women, make new friends. Son cosas y programas y servicios que en realidad necesitamos.
They give you the sense of belongingness. Isn't belongingness what we all crave? For me, one such person was my grandfather. Was doesn't sound good anymore. They tell me when I was born, he was in a prison for standing against the atrocities of the state. So, in his dream, he saw this tall figure giving him a baby wrapped in a green cloth. And the next day, I was born. Ready? One. Take your time.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Can you take time so that I can go with you?
Thank you so much.